About that time. A couple minutes early. We are indeed on the verge, once I get these tweets out, of going chasing, my friends. Let me pull up the chat. We will be on our way. Welcome into the Noti Gang. I'm going to allow you a couple of seconds to join the chat, get through the commercial break before we begin today, as we do have ourselves a chase. And it will be on delay. It will be on replay, as I was not around for it, and I have not watched it, and most likely neither have you. So let's get right to it, shall we? Desmond Shaw on the call, westbound 10 freeway. Let me get this off the screen. Okay.
Distance already out of the San Gabriel Valley. It began with sheriff's deputies out of the Temple City area, and you see the spotlight over there from their helicopter. They're trying to get
Alrighty.
in place right now. Their watch commander.
What do we have here? Reckless driver pursuit. 10 westbound in Mar Vista. Headed towards the PCH.
They're able to get CHP in place, and they did grant them that. So
Sky Cal overhead.
See if CHP
This will not go on for much longer. I saw tell. That's Eliana Moreno right above, I believe, or maybe the CHP as well.
The shot there. So we're just going to see if
Ground units not in pursuit of this one. This is airship only.
That they have reason to believe is under the influence of something, or at the very least.
Stop asking that question in the chat, or I will ban every single one of you. Just read the title of the stream. I have to change that damn graphic above my screen.
We have not heard yet how many people are in the car, but it is a Mitsubishi SUV.
Yes, it's pitch black at 1:24 here in Los Angeles, 1:24 p.m.
The only vehicles that they make anymore in the United States that they sell here anyway. But
reckless driving pursuit once again headed towards the end of the 10 expressway in the Pico District, west side. Going to have some options here. Good news is for us, no restricted airspace.
Into downtown, I thought that maybe that's where they were going to try to lose the police.
Yes, it is. You know what? It is live. It's pitch black. It's pitch black. Daylight savings time. They went 3 hours earlier now, so it gets really dark here in LA.
From the East L interchange over to this point, and looking like they might exit the freeway here. Let's see if they're going to go into downtown Santa Monica, or if they're going to continue on to northbound.
Been a minute since we've had one near the promenade.
No one on the ground on this one. Haven't heard yet.
Thank you, chat. Most of you get it.
Is even taking this, and if they're ready to move into position yet.
You know, I'm almost okay. Des, is he? No, I'm looking at another vehicle there. He's still on the freeway. I'm just wondering. It's kind of surprising.
Boogity!
Traffic. I mean, some, but
let's go chasing.
I think you would expect
10 westbound, passing the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica. We're going to go through this PCH tunnel. There's going to be a tunnel up ahead that spits you out. This is where the 10 it takes you all the way to the Atlantic Ocean and takes you all the way to the Pacific. There is the promenade. That neon sign in the bottom left corner of the screen will take you out to the Ferris wheel, all the famous Santa Monica areas that you see in the postcards.
Making our way into Santa Monica, Pacific Palisades, northbound Pacific Coast Highway. And so, now things definitely going to get a little bit more interesting as we transition from freeway to, basically huge surface street with cross traffic and lights. And we've definitely got some busy stoplights here. Let's hope this suspect's going to slow down for him at the very least.
I would say probably even certainly more traffic in that area, considering where we're talking about here on Ocean Avenue. A lot of businesses.
This is a live chase for some of us, okay? None of us have seen this chase, so stop saying it's on replay. Just live to tape, that's all.
A business area and residential area.
Do not watch the chase live, otherwise you'll get it spoiled for you. We will always watch it back.
And you still don't see anyone on the ground behind him, any law enforcement on the ground.
Do not see law enforcement from the ground, and now they've kind of.
Is that right? I thought I saw something about the Mr. Invincible chase pop up recently. Got 13 years. Oh my God.
Really, just you can say
he'll always be known as Mr. Invincible. Headed into a gas station here. Doors open.
Through the gas station parking lot and down out here onto Entrada. So now this is going to wind up.
A little hezzy with the door being open.
Kind of back towards, depending on what they do here. But definitely getting into some.
It's dark, Jay Mule, because the marine layer kicked in, and we have a new daylight savings rule here in Los Angeles. It gets dark really early.
I don't know if the suspect knows the area.
Blacking out the sun.
Quite a ways away from where this began, but definitely getting into celebrity territory as far as
These are some rich houses. We're going headed to north of Montana in the Palisades here.
As we're now going up Entrada, up towards Sunset Boulevard, Pacific Palisades.
Thank you. Ags Gaming gets it. It's light out at night and dark during the day.
Yeah, when they pulled into the gas
So winter
station,
solstice is coming up, so that's when it's light all day, or all night, I should say.
I don't know if the person in the back seat thought they were going to stop at the gas station and they were going to get out and run, but when they kept going through the gas pumps, they closed the door again. I really quickly want to tell you, Pat, CHP, the supervisor, the sergeant of the West LA station, has said CHP units are not to get involved in this. They will allow the helicopter to track it from the air, but CHP does not want any.
Wrong side of the road.
Why do you think that
In
is?
the Palisades. Look at the size of that pool. Oh my God, these houses are so expensive.
And by the time it reached the West LA office,
Who's got the money to afford these? These are $10 million houses, easy.
And certainly now that we're on surface streets, CHP is not going to get involved.
Well, and you know what, too, Des, Mike really just kind of.
I have to nominate a chase of the year?
There was more than one person in that car for sure.
I gotta think about that one.
We don't know
Yeah,
exactly
this is
how many-
NBA player territory. We're on San Vicente and 4th in Santa Monica.
I was not able to see that very quickly.
Still right near the
maybe there's
beach.
someone else in there. Maybe they just wanted to get off and might be hanging on for dear life with the person that is driving right now. So, so it sounds like there is more than one person in the vehicle, and we're now out onto San Vicente coming.
This is
through
pretty
Santa
reckless
Monica
driving.
and
Still on Ocean.
Avenue.
Oh, here's a
So,
slow motion
right there
replay of the
above
door
Pacific
being open
Coast
through
Highway
that
coming into
chevron.
downtown Santa Monica, where we have a lot of restaurants, a lot of dense apartment buildings. Still have a lot of people out here walking around on Margarita Avenue. So we're not very far away from the 3rd Street Promenade, even though it is getting kind of late. It's a pretty nice evening out
It's a
there.
white
Definitely
Dodge
have some
Charger.
pedestrians. So,
Not sure on the model or the
pretty
year.
scary pursuit here. Still 60
We didn't get to
miles an hour on
watch
these little
Methamphetamine
residential
live
streets. Like,
because it was at
the
4
speed limit's
a.m., but
25 here.
that one was.
And, just
I
kind
can't
of
believe no one
aimless.
got
I was thinking
seriously
maybe they were
hurt in
going
that
up into
one.
the hills or something, but now we're kind
She
of
looked like 28
backtracking
days later
towards,
getting out of that car.
well, we're kind of paralleling for the 10 right now, but
Oh, the Denny's
as we head
chase.
eastbound,
Yeah,
so
Denny's chase is
north of
Treroy
the First Street
Jenkins. I was just wondering if that was this
between
year
Wilshire
or
and
technically
San
December of
Diego,
last.
Santa Monica right now.
Was that this year? Was that
Southbound turn.
2024?
So this, I think, 7th would actually.
Or it
take
felt
us
like it was
back to
December
the
of
10th. The suspect
2023.
wanted to do that, but sheriffs with their, it's kind of
Yeah,
an
if
interesting
it-
thing.
Treroy
We still have,
Jenkins
even though
has
we
to be
don't have
number one.
anyone really in pursuit. The sheriff's helicopter unit, I know for a fact, they like to stick
were.
with these. They don't like to give these.
That one where the
up.
person
And we've
died
definitely
up in
heard the frustration
Lancaster.
that-
Remember them
that
getting off the
their voice
freeway?
when watch commanders tell them to cancel pursuits. They really don't like seeing this kind of stuff going
Skywalker
on
wrapped.
and with thinking that these people are going to get away with it.
It
And
is.
they're
The
ones
Mr.
who
Invincible's
sound like
available
trying
on
to get CHP
VOD.
involved. Now we know that CHP doesn't want to get involved in this. Blowing through these stop signs down on 6, so right down here in the midst of downtown Santa Monica. But man,
That's a
it's just
stop
crazy.
sign that we're doing 75 miles. And anyone ever been to the Wilshire, Montana area here? We're right next to the Fairmont and the bungalow. People are walking all around this area.
Yesterday in North Hollywood or a couple of days ago.
And we're doing
So,
75, not stopping at stop signs. That's another. Oh, that's not a red light. How many times have I walked across this street right here? There's a Chipotle on the corner right there. Parking decks all over the place. Being late at night, thankfully, not many people on the street on a Wednesday.
Still maintaining their spotlight on the suspect.
Okay, well, certainly people in the neighborhood are.
Wrong side of the road. Solid red. Nike store coming up on the right.
Their ears and eyes open for this vehicle that is driving very fast for this kind of area.
It's two-star chase despite the recklessness of it because we don't have any ground units in pursuit at the moment. It's all just aerial airship overhead.
Little nightcaps, a little Christmas cheer here and there, but seeing this vehicle,
Nights. Oh, wide turn.
as you said, aimlessly.
Wide turn, almost went into that
A little bit now. I'm just
giant curve, which would have
move
disabled
things
this
made in
Dodge
terms of,
Charger easily.
The terms when you think, does he actually
I
know
do.
where he's going? And I keep
I'm one of. Oh God,
saying
intersection.
that
Oh,
island,
so
but
lucky you made a right-hand turn.
I believe that more than one person
I'm not one of
in
those
this
people
car
who
is,
hates
Mike
Chipotle,
saw
that's
the
for
back
sure.
door Open. Now he's at Lincoln Boulevard. So he's making some.
Yep, coming back down towards the 10. And we'll see
He's in some
what
traffic
the,
now.
at a stop.
Oh,
Backing
now
up
what?
a little bit.
We're in reverse. Why is the car smoking? Look at the front of the vehicle. Why does it look like that? There's a marine. Is that a marine layer? What are we doing? The door is open. Back right is open.
Really looks like
We're ejectocetoing here soon, aren't we?
If they were in the vehicle with someone driving so bonkers as this, I would be wanting to get out of the vehicle as well. So
Getting back on the freeway?
Olympic Boulevard here, still on the edge of downtown.
Is this a
Santa
marathon
Monica.
chase?
And this is going to actually put us right back onto the 10 freeway. So we're going to go through.
But it's 10 westbound.
But
so we're going through the tunnel at the PCH again.
And the spotlight as well. And I'm thinking maybe now, well, if they're letting the vehicle go on this one, I think they might just be letting it go.
Bad Nightbot.
I think it's just getting too dangerous for everyone out here, and we don't see the spotlight anymore or hear them talking on the frequency. So as much as they really hate to.
What do you mean the VOD got deleted?
Especially up in the helicopter, it looks
I
like
create
this one
them
might
as
be
separate
away
highlights.
without the aid of the
I think you're
spotlight.
looking at the replay. You should look for the VOD version. There's past broadcast and there's also as a highlight. It should be under my highlights.
That person is right there, and you have eyes on him still. Now on PCH, the sheriff's airship has been told not to continue to follow them, and that's unfortunately kind of what happens. And you express the frustration from Sheriff's Arrow. That does happen frequently. They really want somebody to come take this person who is not following the law, who is running from police. And because of the want and the risk-reward factors that the Sheriff's Department and other agencies have to deal with, they just simply don't think it's worth it.
I just can't remember that far back.
Yeah,
If it's been in the past year, there's
the
highlights
south.
available.
There are no ground units on it. SkyCal still has eyes on it, but from a law enforcement perspective, it does not appear that anybody else has any interest in bringing this guy to a stop.
Yeah, it's definitely something we've seen become more common in recent years as we've looped back around, blowing right through PCH, and
Not stopping at a single red light.
headed up towards Pacific Palisades. So, but who knows where they're headed? But hopefully now they'll at least calm down that the law enforcement is not actively pursuing them.
And just to reset for our viewers here, welcome to KCAL News at 10, along with Juan Fernandez, Mike Rogers at the desk, and Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal. Good evening, everyone. I'm Susie. This is breaking.
It was
news.
November 9th,
We're seeing a
2022?
reckless driver
Wow.
Right now through Santa Monica.
There's
Desmond
no.
Shaw
That
live
was
in
Mr.
SkyCal.
That was
There's
Mr.
no
Invincible. That
suspect.
wasn't the Treroy Jenkins chase.
Yeah, so this started out of the San Gabriel Valley. It was LA County Sheriff's deputies from the Temple Division that began this pursuit. We first heard about it on the westbound 60, though, and just, reckless driving, suspected DUI. They refused to pull over, and they actually did the opposite. They slammed on the gas pedal and just came plowing westbound 60, westbound 10 through downtown, and made it record timing from the 110 over towards just about the 405 when we picked it up. And we still had the spotlight overhead from the sheriff's deputies, but the watch commander had told the ground units to cancel the pursuit before we were even able to get on it. But the air unit really wanted to help bring this person into handcuffs.
Continental J says, I've never been to LA, but I know how to get everywhere because of this channel.
Maybe CHP was going to acquiesce,
Yeah.
but they changed
Like
their
playing
mind.
GTA.
Kind of that risk-reward thing that Mike was just talking about. They just didn't think that it was going to be worth it. But the sheriff's helicopter stuck with it for a
We like to
really long
put the
time.
word
They
"the"
don't know if they
in
were
front of our
trying to get
freeways, like
all
the
Santa Monica
405,
or even
the
have that
105,
capability because
the
they have
Ohio
radios
State
in Santa
University.
Monica, but they were never able to get any law enforcement agencies engaged in this. And we saw some pretty wild driving, especially in downtown Santa Monica, up to 60, 70 miles an hour on some of those small one-lane streets. And so we're on Sunset Boulevard, just kind of watching this vehicle, just hoping that they're going to get out of the vehicle at some point and end the danger to everyone out here in the community. But and someone apparently in the back seat as well that has wanted to get out.
It's not
of the
hard to
vehicle
find down in
on a couple of
Norwalk.
different occasions, but this car has not stopped long enough for that person to get out. So we believe there's someone in, and I believe
I
it's the
agree.
rear
Too busy to
passenger
use
door that
words
was
like
open
roads
there.
for
So,
interstate.
I
Yeah,
believe
the
at least
105.
two people in the car. This,
Just rolls off
Mitsubishi
the tongue.
crossover as we are out on
It's a
Rolling
Dodge,
Sunset
white Dodge
Boulevard.
Charger. White
We've
Dodge
got
Charger,
some,
still in the
not
Pacific
as
Palisades, all the way up on
safe driving as we
Sunset
saw
Boulevard
earlier,
now.
but still pretty dangerous out here, Juan, Susie, and Mike.
Yeah, pretty dangerous, kind of aimlessly as well, and at high rates of speed. And we keep seeing this driver blow through every red light that he comes to and just slowing down for just a tick before they take off again. And Mike, we understand now this is it's being considered a monitoring or a following, or what are we looking at?
Following by us, really. I mean, there is no law enforcement on the ground or in the air. They have pulled off the helicopter. The sheriff's helicopter is...
Yeah, we're just in straight tracking mode right now.
To get anybody they could involve.
10-22, the pursuit and everything.
And eventually, the watch commander for Temple City told the sheriff's helicopter that, hey, go away. You guys also got to pull
We are close to Riviera.
So at this point, there is
This is
nobody
very
involved.
rich
There's no law
area.
enforcement. SkyCal's just us.
Wow.
SkyCal's got eyes on it. You know, they even had at one point, they launched the CHP helicopter from Fullerton. And when the CHP sergeant said, no, we're not getting involved, the CHP helicopter turned around. Let the sheriffs hang out with it.
That
for
is
a little
correct.
longer,
Nix
and then the
says
sheriffs were told
at
to
some
get
point
off
you got to
as well.
re-engage for the safety of the
So,
other motorists. If they
in
continue
all
driving
likelihood,
recklessly
it
without
was
units
100%
attached, then
guaranteed.
that's
The
usually when they
person
do
who got away.
re-engage, but
And
that's
the
also
original
why we're
want
at 2
was,
stars
reckless
currently.
driver, slash DUI. Sheriffs uses the same radio code for that want, but you know, of course, it's always begs the question, what else is going on here? If it's just, you know,
What are they running from?
What are they running from? Right, exactly. And there's multiple people in that car. At least that we've seen that rear door open. So whatever these people did or were wanted for originally, it looks like tonight they'll probably get away unless they happen upon LAPD. This is their jurisdiction now. So if they're in LAPD's area and LAPD decides they want to get involved.
Yeah, that UCLA chase was crazy too.
Now we're all
Oh my God, wrong side of the road. PCH swerves back into the, my God, it's not even being chased. That was the heart of the PCH, the delta of the PCH.
Southbound on Pacific Coast Highway there. I mean, fortunately, there was a red light. And
Swerves back onto the right side of traffic.
collision there very easily.
This is a chase without even being chased.
Miles an hour down here.
Another
on
red light,
Pacific
yeah.
Coast Highway. Yeah, and through another red light. I mean, fortunately, we don't have any pedestrian crossings here. They're all elevated. Those elevated walkways
Yeah,
that go between.
no crosswalks because you walk
Palisades
over the
beach,
PCH all the way up to
but still
Malibu.
Just really ridiculous stuff here as we're now, looks like, making our way by the California Incline and back towards the 10 Santa Monica Freeway. I mean, you would think that they would just be content with the, you know, what looks like, unfortunately, a victory for them, not being pursued by law enforcement at this point. But they just continue, and if they're maybe headed back to where this all began, I mean,
Saw
now
that.
circling back to the
Hawk
east
Tua
end,
girl
they
is
stay
done.
here, and the
Dunzo.
left lanes will take us back onto the
She won't even be
freeway,
legally allowed to speak
out
for
of Santa
quite some
Monica,
time. She is being
back
sued
towards
up the
LA County
wazoo.
and beyond.
Mike, we no longer
Unfortunate.
monitor
She's
the
so young. She had no
SkyCal
clue.
quite a
She's
bit.
completely
Do you think they're doing
uneducated
that
and
right now? Are they
had
just
some
seeing
bad
what's happening
actors
here,
that
whether or
just
not they should re-engage at some point?
Right, and you know, I know
demolished
CHP
her
for sure
career.
does keep an eye on us when we're on these pursuits like this, but right now we're not on anything that CHP would really get involved in. If they get back on the 10, CHP might, but you know, this already went through the East Los Angeles CHP area, the Central Los Angeles CHP area, and the West LA CHP area, and sergeant after sergeant after sergeant
influence her
declined.
career. That's what.
And simply because of that one, just because it was not wanted for a violent crime, it was not even wanted for, you know.
I am definitely of the
they
school
could
that
be
she has
pulled over
absolutely
and
no
reckless
clue what a
driving is
meme
not
coin
good.
is.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
what
she's
makes
just
you
got
wonder
people
why.
surrounding her, getting her signed up for projects, and this is the one that's going to come back to bite her. She's an adult though, so she's got to make her own decisions. This one's going to cost her pretty bad.
Because we're going at now almost 100 miles an hour on the 10 freeway. Now that we're back on the 10 freeway, you know, the sheriff's helicopter, even though the sheriff's helicopter is not over this, our pilots are communicating with each other, and sheriffs
Back
know
to the
where this
chase.
car is at based on where we are at.
Back on the 10
So
westbound. This guy's just doing circles, unless this is 10 east. Okay, it keeps the graphic keeps switching. This might be back towards downtown. I don't know how long this chase goes, but if we're on the freeway, it's going to go on for quite some
Well,
time.
they have the license plate,
I was just
right?
gonna say,
Yeah.
So
could
that's
this
a good
be a
thing.
case of they already know who it is
Right.
and they're comfortable with
Right.
that, so we'll catch up to them later.
And Temple City, who started it, will go, you know, try to figure out where those guys lived and, you know, see what the deal is.
Are they slowing down a little bit here?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like-
Kind of. Looks like we're out of gas.
Here and slowing way down. There we go.
Doors open. We're on the side of the off-ramp.
Two doors open.
Ejectocito.
There we go. 1, 2, 3,
Ah!
3 people out.
One to a clown car.
Right at the top of the on-ramp here off of the 10.
What is the purpose of getting out of the vehicle and we're just running for no reason? We're running off the
20th Street exit here.
20th Street exit on the 10.
Vehicle here.
Look at the speed. Look at the afterburners.
They can.
Running from nobody.
Out now onto. Yeah.
Who are they running from? There's no units engaged. They're just attracting more attention to themselves.
Right off of 20th and Pico, just south of the 10 freeway.
Maybe they live here?
And into an apartment complex. And, well, I'm not sure that any law enforcement was even aware of that or if they're even interested in getting involved in this whole situation. But if this is where they live or what. But I mean, you know, they just, if that's their vehicle, they just left it in a place where it's likely to get towed. You know, if it wasn't stolen or anything, you would think that would be kind of disconcerting to them. But the lights are still on as well. My pilot Dylan telling me now back in the back of this alley off of Michigan Avenue and 19th here on the edge of Santa Monica. So that's last place we saw him here underneath this carport. Out on the alley.
Back in the alley.
Kind of do that thing where,
But there's only two. We're speed walking. We have our hat off.
you know, just any old people out here
Walking like Elmer Fudd. Why are we walking like Elmer Fudd?
Listening to the radio, they're watching us, and they just notified the officers.
Looking for bugs. What are we doing? We're just freelancing. This person's following him wherever he goes. There's no direction to his walk to the parking lot. Now back into the alley. Now he's back from the driveway to the alley.
You know, to try to get that airship back in the air.
Now we're waddling.
Have that airship, Mike. You know, of course, they'd be privy to where they're at.
Gotta be his kid or something.
Ground units, but we have no ground units here.
No ground units.
As far as we know, and
That is the, yes, that is the walk of someone who pooped his pants. We're jumping a fence. You could have just walked around that fence, sir. There's a driveway right there. Why are you hopping that fence?
and helps in search like this as well. But it looks like they're going back.
You could have
and
just
forth.
simply walked around.
It make it very difficult for officials.
Look, I can see the driveway.
Perhaps even, you know, knock on someone's door and go into someone else's apartment, you know, and hide out there. Who knows? But it doesn't look like any ground units are arriving here yet.
No, I hear them talking about. I think we're in the city of Santa Monica still.
there they are.
Oh, ground units, top left corner.
Oh,
There's
yes.
a couple up there.
CHP is asking to notify Santa Monica PD of where they're at.
It's always something different.
Yeah, and I believe that is Santa Monica PD down here to the left.
Oh, yeah.
Coming down here, and so they're pretty close. But let's see, they were last we saw right back in I think this car park right down in here, and hopped over a wall. And boy, yeah, I mean the authorities did respond pretty quickly, but this is kind of the other thing when you know there's nobody there right behind the suspect at the moment, and you give them a couple of minutes like this, it could be an eternity for a suspect to find a place to hide. But we'll see if they seal down this area and try to bring those two. They split off. There were three. We were following the driver and one of their friends there. But the third one, we didn't see where that third person went off. We wanted to at least stick with the driver, the one who was driving like a lunatic around.
I wonder what happened to the third.
Yep, right back here. Peekaboo. Back
They
over
hopped the fence again.
Where they first jumped out, so we'll see if we can go back over.
What are we doing?
The alleyway and see them. So in the
Oh, there guys just hopped the fence again. The partner or the kid or whatever.
Tracker again and see Delaware 19th. That's out. Apparently that is actually a street being called Michigan Avenue. It looks like an alley, but apparently a through street. So I just saw them down here. So still kind of hanging out in this area right here. We'll see if Santa Monica sees them.
Yeah, and the fact that they're not going inside an apartment.
Still not arrested yet. Still not code 4.
They don't live there. They don't know anybody here. And it's a good thing.
There's units on the ground.
Delaware Avenue, you're watching this broadcast. Make sure that front door is locked. Windows are down because these people are looking for a place to hide out. And they're clearly not finding it here tonight. And is that nights on LAPDs? What is that, Mike?
That is just from another helicopter that's in the area. It's not law enforcement, though. There is a CHP helicopter that's on the way.
That's a passenger.
Is that, yeah, that's the other one. Ah, there he is, the Waddler.
White t-shirt, yeah.
Waddler.
They are out here and pretty easy description here. White shirt, black shorts.
He ditched his hat.
White
And
sneakers,
one
yeah.
of two
We're
passengers.
just walking.
That other passenger split up from him.
Just walking with no purpose whatsoever. The worst blending,
I think
the worst blending suspect I've ever seen. Now there's a unit waiting for him, making it completely obvious.
There's the passenger.
Passengers just walking away with the hoodie up like, I'm gonna get out of
Yeah,
here.
I
Good
think
luck.
it is, but, well, okay, now I've got the female here. The driver was right in this
He's in the
area.
bush.
That unit right up there.
He's in the bush.
Well,
There he is, against the
try to
bushes. Back against
okay.
that street, Liz.
Oh, he was in the bushes?
Yeah, back. He's walking up on that side.
Okay, there's a better angle of the bushes that I saw that you guys have to see in just a minute.
Okay, yeah. And this is the one we want to stick with as much as possible is the driver. Since
He tried to hide in the bush.
responsible for all of the crazy driving that we saw. So
dark.
that third person we saw split off.
Yes, it's just there's a big difference between San Bernardino jurisdiction and Los Angeles County. Obviously, resources are.
I've got my camera up. Just I do it one more level here.
That's a little better.
There we
Yeah.
go. But just out here casually walking around.
It looks like they
And
separated
you see
too.
that?
There's a cop waiting for him. He just walked by.
His female companion kept going down.
Just walked by that
Michigan
unit.
Avenue.
Just walked by the unit that was shutting off the road.
There's a light coming up right. Is that from?
Is that a?
Blonde? No, that's just from somebody else.
Is this guy about to walk away from this?
Yeah, kind of almost like a cue the Benny Hill music here right now. I'm just kind of surprised.
This
that
is very
this podcast
yakety
moved
sax.
in yet on
They're not
the
watching
drive.
KCAL News at 10.
Exactly.
Apparently not. But one of the other two.
This is
are likely
ridiculous,
to
man.
get away at this point, especially that first one. That we
Where
saw
is he
break off
walking
immediately.
to?
I wonder if that was the person in the back seat who was trying to practically jump out of the moving vehicle earlier.
Drop something.
But this guy just out here strolling
Hopefully not
around
the soap.
Beautiful streets of Santa Monica, probably taking in the sea air. We hear that they may have a unit coming in though, so maybe we're going to see something happen here within the next minute or so.
And as Desmond mentioned, we're staying with the driver.
Why's he got his arm? Ah, red and blues.
I see
It
lights.
is coming now.
Oh, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna run?
Hands up.
Oh, he's got the Doc Rivers pose.
Whoa, what do you mean? Whoa, I'm just out here
I'm
enjoying
just
Santa
walking.
Monica, guys. Come on.
Just getting some exercise. It's late at night.
Flying. That's a good
Wow,
thing.
straight to the pavement.
He's
Yeah.
like laying on his side.
The camera doesn't lie, and the other two. We'll see what happens with the other two, but
Who, me?
we got
Yeah.
the driver, the most important one, and after we thought they had a pretty high probability of getting
I'm
away,
walking over here.
the way as usual.
Might work in New York, New
we're
Jersey.
actually gonna see
I think
this
we're
person
code
in
4.
handcuffs tonight, so kind of a surprise ending after what we saw earlier.
These pursuits. You think?
Ah, someone's got their phone right on top of him. Look at that person taking videos.
And we're seeing one tonight where he could have stopped, but he didn't, and then he abandoned a car. Whether it's his or not, we don't know.
Yeah.
And now he's in cuffs.
So that person that you saw walking up there that was recording video really quick, I saw him talking to the Santa Monica police.
All right.
So I wonder if he
We are
warned
code
those
4.
police officers that this was a pursuit suspect.
You, sir, are busted. Before you guys go,
Handcuffs now, and
Before you guys go,
the,
you're going to want to see the angle that ABC had from the bush. You're going to want to see the angle that ABC has. Are you guys ready? Let's see if I can get this all. Okay. I think this is the best I can do, but just watch this.
Looking for a hiding spot in the bushes.
It's hiding in the bushes. He tried to actually hide in the bush.
You're just kind of meandering the street here. Again, we're in Delaware and Michigan. They haven't gone very far. They're just trying to blend in.
He's hiding in the bush.
And a female passenger going for a
He's
stroll.
trying a real life
Just looking to
homeless.
get away from the situation. They're with one Santa Monica PD
Oh
cruiser.
my god.
And this clown is just. I mean, what is he thinking?
One more time. Look at him hide in the bush.
For a hiding spot in the bushes. There goes Homer. And now the female passenger just kind of meandering in the street here. Again, we're in Delaware and Michigan. They haven't gone very far. They're just trying
Act
to blend
natural.
in. Driver in the bushes.
That was his plan the whole time. Just waddling around and freelancing, act natural. Go find a hiding spot.
There was one Santa Monica PD cruiser.
That didn't work.
And this clown is just.
One more
I
time.
mean, what is he thinking?
One more time. One more time. Look at this decision. I'm out of here.
Looking for a hiding spot in the bushes. There goes Homer. And now the female passenger just kind of meandering in the street here. Again, we're in Delaware and Michigan. They haven't gone very far. They're just trying to blend in. Driver in the bushes.
Suspect is covered in
Going
leaves.
for a stroll here.
Oh, that's funny. All right. That was last night's chase. I'll consider that a successful rewatch worthy of our time. We're code 4 on this one. All right, friends. Till next time, if there's a chase, I'll be here tonight. I was obviously out last night, not around. And of course, the way it fucking works, I'm around all day with nothing to do. There's no NBA on, nothing. The moment I step out the door, there's a fucking police chase. Most infuriating shit in the world. All right. But if you watch it live without me, it's going to get spoiled because we're going to watch it together and the majority of this community waits. So you have to, I understand it might be inconvenient, but if you want to watch it with us, you might have to wait sometimes because I'm not just sitting around for 24 hours waiting for chases. So, all right. See you guys. Deuces.